So we're Sauce and Brown Menswear. We do limited edition products online, and we have a headquarters here in Nottinghamshire, Annesley.
So lockdown started last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
March.
March was when we first started discussing. We sort of, I guess, preempted that it was going to happen, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Still hard when them shutters come down on, I think it's 23rd of March, something like that. We had to put shutters down.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do we do? What do we do?
I think from then onwards, it was a case of trying to be ahead of everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not that I'm not saying we're trailblazers, but we were trying to think what might happen in the coming weeks and give ourselves a head start.
Our issue was that 50% of our business was in store. So to move that 50% of people into that online position is never going to be an easy thing, because people come into shop to have a browse, have a chat, a cup of tea.
Yeah, it's never been just about selling somebody clothes, has it?
No.
It's a feeling and an experience.
Subculture, a feeling, being involved, knowing the people who are doing the designing and making the products for you. It's not just a faceless online brand at all.
I think to our advantage as well, we always offered free UK postage. So if you live two streets away from where you would normally go and buy it, you could have it delivered for the same price, which sort of put us in a slightly advantageous point for the online side of things. So.
We were saying as any other business, you know, when the shutters did come down, it's what do you do? How long is it going to go on for? How do we change the dynamic of the business and keep it emotive and social without losing that feeling?
That's probably been the most difficult thing, hasn't it? Keeping it having the same feeling when it's clearly not got the same feeling, really. We haven't been here all day, every day.
No, it's massively changed the model at the moment. It really has.
And your motivation does drop at times.
It's because the whole world's on stop, you know. So nobody's got no motivation. Nobody's doing nothing new. There's nothing to influence you. You can't paint your canvas for 2021 yet. You know, March 20 when we did shut, that seems like eons ago.
Yeah.
Miles away now. But we've got to this point. We're still here. And maybe that's due to the commitment that we have to the business.
Well, I remember very early on we discussed not knowing what the year would hold, and we thought maybe 2 months from the lockdown we would be out of it and we'd all be going on summer holidays in 2020 and trying to be ahead of it. But one of the things that sticks in my mind was we said no matter what, how this pans out, we've got to be able to adapt quick.
It's back to your own work ethic. You know, you can shut everything up. We've not furloughed because we can't furlough. You've got to keep the business running because we're out there in that unreal world. So you can't furlough.
Well, we're too lean a business, aren't we, to furlough? And if I was furloughed for the last 12 months, there'd be a bit of resentment when one person's kept a business alive.
Yeah.
It works very well that two of us are constantly.
You know, we've had to build that in both as wives are key workers, teacher, whatever, and a nurse. You know, so we've had to balance the last bit with this homeschooling scenario as well. It's been tough. It's been tough for everybody, not just for us. It's not just us who's in this crazy situation. So
yeah, there's been times there's been slightly more important things than our online business, I guess, is the way we've had to do it. And it's meant a few times that you've been up here, I don't know, till 10 o'clock at night after you finish your homeschooling, or I'll be working on my laptop late at night. It's being flexible, I suppose. Adapting and being flexible has been the two big things.
That's all we've
got. Our hours have changed, but we're still working the similar amount of hours, I guess.
I think it's also, if you love what you do, if you love what you're trying to build as a small business, you're going to give it everything. You're not just going to let it go because of a the situation that we're in. You're going to find the way through it because you love what you're doing. That's all we can do.
I think you've got
We love it.
you've got to put a note on the customers, haven't you? Which we always class as friends as well, but their support they've shown this year, when we rightfully know a lot of them probably don't need a lot of the products we've supplied them with at certain times in the year. It's been fantastic. It's been a huge help to get us to where we still are.
Yep.
And leaves us in a strong position for when we can open and get back to some sort of normality. We can carry on from where we sort of left off.
It's just when them doors reopen. Yet again, 50% of his business is in store and 50 online, but you know, we get people coming to this shop from all over. You know, whether it's Stoke or Norwich, people travel to come in and have the experience of being with us and having a cup of tea.
I've heard a rumour you make the best cup of tea in
I do,
Nottinghamshire.
by far, by far. I've had lots of years of practice. That's what you get when you're the older person in the business.
Yeah.
Experience.
Can't rush a good cup of tea.
Yorkshire tea I use, by the way, if you need any tips on it. And we've also added digital radio advertising, haven't we?
Yeah, to try and...
We've added that because people are at home, aren't they? You know, so if people are at home with radio on.
Yeah, we had the discussion of we switch all our advertising off and cut our spending.
Yeah.
Or we go a little bit extra on advertising budget and hope that it brings in similar money to the year before, because we think we'd be easily forgotten. Yeah, and I suppose that's where we chose to adapt really, and as quick as we could. There'll be bigger firms out there. They're committed to 12-month projects in city centres that are absolutely kicking themselves and probably lost their jobs over it. Certain people, but it's unforeseen.
I think that's the key into it. It's nobody's fault.
No.
We always say if we fail within the business,
we'll hold ourselves accountable.
We will hold our hands up and say that's it. We fucked up. We made the mistakes.
Yeah.
This one, there's no rules to it.
No.
So you can't judge.
These sort of things have happened in the clothing industry before, haven't they? And it's been sector by sector now. We're in the same boat as the local hairdressers, the micro pubs, estate agents, whoever it be. We're all sort of in this same boat together now. So
in 2020, when restrictions were eased, tier systems were being changed and everything, there was still so much uncertainty. Can I go on holiday? Shall I go on holiday? Is it worth going on holiday? Because you have to understand that our business is based on people going out and people going on holiday. That's what they buy clothes for, isn't it?
yeah,
That's what you're buying for.
I think probably a lot of the country, and as included, maybe stupidly thought that was the start of the end of lockdown, wasn't it? All of a sudden we're being told to get out and eat food, and we're all thinking, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel here. So we'd sort of prepped for that maybe back end of 2020 people would be sort of out entertaining again, and but we ended up back in it, didn't we? So I don't know, it's back to that same thing. We've adapted throughout it, and if we're told to open tomorrow, we would
open tomorrow.
Yeah, we'd be ready for it. We're sort of been trying to be ahead of things.
Yeah, we only just dust ourselves down and that's it, off we go. There's not a lot of dusting to do then. We're ready. We're just ready for the world to start. You know, I'm hanging every night at 5 o'clock for a Boris briefing, looking for that sign that we're going to reopen, because we know that people need that social side of us as much as they need the product side of us as well, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. As soon as we open, we'll be. I imagine we'll be flooded with people coming to see us, wanting a cup of tea, wanting a biscuit, and chewing our ear off for a few hours, because we've all gone through some very strange things the last year. Mentally quite challenging, and
nobody's been talking about football. Nobody's done nothing, have they?
no.
So as soon as people start doing things again, that's it. They're going to be straight back in it. I'm expecting. We want to see its customers again, don't we?
Yeah.
We miss them.
It'll actually strike a bit more normality, won't it? The little things now count, I think. think it all comes down to common sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer is now a norm, which probably isn't a bad thing, not just for Corona. It's probably caught up with a few people who weren't the most hygienic anyway, and I think at times masks will probably continue to be used by certain people as well in certain situations. So some good things will come out of it, and hopefully stop this happening again.
Yeah, we ain't got stupid customers. It's not that.
It's common sense, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's common sense. We've got educated customers, and everybody who was coming in during last year was signing in and doing the hands.
We're not Primark, are we? We've never
No.
got
Not
100 people
thousands.
queuing at the counter if they come in store. It's 3 or 4 people maximum, 2 metres apart. As
We've
soon
got
as
the
the-
space for it.
it is going to change, and how many people will go back to high street shopping? Even the non-convertible of online shops this year, because they've had to.
So if I had a choice, Chris, yeah,
Yeah.
I need a new top to go out in Saturday night. I'm going to go down Notts, I'm going to park up in Lace Market, I'm going to walk down to Ted Baker, grab myself a shirt, and come back. Or shall I just nip up Annesley, park up outside shop, pop in, have a cup of tea with Anthony or Andy, buy a top, have a crack at football, blah, cricket, rugby, whatever you want to talk about, and go home happy. Which gives you the better feeling.
And then that's not being disrespectful to Notts at all. I love going down Notts, but which gives you the feeling?
Yeah, I mean, people haven't got time for that anymore, have they?
No.
They don't want to waste half an hour here, half an hour back, car parking and everything.
It's not about us, it's about the customer and giving the customer what they really want. They want a piece of us as much as anything else, Chris. That's our other bugbear for us personally. People come here to see him or me.
Yeah.
They don't come here to be served by some 18-year-old kid behind counter. That's not sauce and brown.
Yeah, so that's because they're friends, aren't they now?
If I'm in the shop and somebody comes in, where's Anthony? It's not in today. It's not his day
At
today.
the start, that was really hard, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
suppose we
Because you got my friends or Anthony's friends.
and now they've all mixed together, and we can converse with all of them and have a common subject. Yeah.
It's the most important time now to be able to sell a feeling, Chris, as well, because that's why vinyl's made a comeback. Vinyl's not made a comeback because it's a new trend of music. Vinyl's made a comeback because it gives you a feeling again. That's why, because you want to hold something in your hand, you want to read about it, look at it, have something physical. If everything's just online, there's just nothing to it, is there? Put Spotify on, it's great, love Spotify. We can just flick them on and off. Put a vinyl on, you live there with a feeling for a bit, don't you?
I think that one of the hardest things we've had to overcome this year is lack of content. Because normally we would post so many photos or videos that customers have sent us, because it's a real person, a real feeling. It's not David Beckham wearing one of our shirts looking absolutely mint. It's Derek from down the road who looks a bit podgy around the middle, but loves what he's wearing. He's having a great time. That's real, and we've struggled for that this year, haven't we?
Yeah. Because nobody's done anything real.
No, I imagine not as many
Reality's
photos are
dead at the
taken.
minute.
So we've survived this medically. the business is still here,
Yeah, we're still here.
and we'll be welcoming you back as soon as we can, with the same sort of spirit really, and hope to see you all back.
We want to continue where we left off, don't we?
Yeah,
The vibe that we had pre-lockdown, we want it to just roll back out there.
and hopefully bring some smiles to some faces, and we'll
Cups of tea.
hit the floor running. Yeah.
So thanks for your support through all lockdown, really. It's been hard for you all. It's been hard for all of us. And we do appreciate it.